VC. This is Luke with Hot Wax and Cool Vinyl. Welcome back. Unless this is the first time you're viewing my channel, then just welcome. This is a mixed bag video of recent finds and some that aren't so recent. A compilation of 45 CDs, albums, and a what they refer to as a magazine record, or I don't know exactly. To me, it's just a magazine, but I'll get to all of those things. First, however, there is two channels that I recently discovered that I found really entertaining. One has quite a bit of content and the other not as much content, but both are really cool. At least I think so. Give them a look and see if you think so as well. I think you will. I think you'll probably wind up subscribing to them. The first one is DJ Kendo, and of course I'll leave links below as well to both of those. Long Islander, transplanted to Florida, but like I told him when he commented on one of my videos, hey, once a Long Islander, always a Long Islander. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in Florida, you're still from the island. The other is Mr. Rick's Records, and this is the one that doesn't have quite as much content, but honestly, the content he has is pretty solid. It's a spectrum of things we don't normally see in the VC, or at least that I don't normally see in the VC. Not necessarily uncommon stuff, but like Mantovani that he gives explanations to. It's actually pretty interesting to listen to, and makes you want to think that there's something out there that maybe you want to listen to, but I digress. Check them out, see if you like them as well. All right, so let's start with the mixed bag. Firstly, what they term an illustrated record. This was one of those that's not so recent, but it's the Beatles, an illustrated record. It was given to me by a friend whose brother had passed away, and he knew I was a record guy and a Beatles fanatic, and so he gave me some of his brother's things, which I thought was really, really cool and very nice. So this is basically, it's a magazine that they turned, made it album size, and it covers the Beatles all the way through, year to year, 65, all the way through, and it has some really cool articles and great photographs, and basically, encompasses everything. So this is, like I said, not so recent. I think it was last summer that he gave it to me, but I know I've never shown it. And I said, this is a good time to do a video of a mixed bag stuff. Just change it up a little bit. And so that's one thing. A couple of CDs I picked up. Stan Getz for Lovers, and The Ultimate Charlie Parker, which is what's on now. I had picked these up before the pause order in New York from my local Salvation Army. They were having a CD sale, and these, along with a few others, were there. So I don't show a lot of CDs. I really don't know why. Maybe just because my preference is records, so I tend not to show as many CDs. But I do have them. And once I get this room re-straightened up and presentable, I'm going to do an updated room tour, which should happen in the next few weeks. Like I said, I just kind of, right now, I'm trying to keep the camera in the square area that is actually a presentable area. The rest of the room, even though it's okay, it looks like a hurricane hit it. So anyway, a couple of 45s to show as well. Both of these are promos. This one is Faith White Manhandle, and this is on the Columbia. And the cool thing is, on this album, if you look at it, on the other side, the B side, is it's beautiful, but the plug side, they highlighted in blue in case, DJ got confused. I always find that to be interesting. Interesting 45. really didn't know much, if anything at all, about Faith White, but I found this to be a really, really cool 45. This was I guess it was, I don't know, maybe last summer, because it was in a yard sale, that I had bought this Beatles, this mate, and that and this other 45 that I'm about to show were in the case. So it was pretty cool. I bought it for the Beatles, obviously, but he just threw the records that were in there in as well. And this is another one that was in there as an Atco promo. This is Fusion, and this is News of Selena this side. And of course, in case the DJ forgot, if you look at it, it says the plug side, and that was Another Man. Now, I'm not a DJ, so maybe DJ Kendo, maybe you can shed some light on this. When I'm making an assumption that the plug side was the side they wanted you to plug, and that the highlighted blue side was the side they wanted you to play. Again, not a DJ, so I'm going to rely on you guys to tell me if I'm wrong. Which brings me to another point. I really enjoy the interplay between the vinyl community members, so please leave me a comment. And if you like my channel, subscribe. I almost always, with very few exceptions, will reciprocate and subscribe to your channel. Even if you don't have any content, it doesn't matter. I still subscribe because I think it's the right thing to do. Moving on. Another 45, the last of the 45. This is Stairway to Heaven. This is still sealed, and this is the 20th anniversary of Stairway to Heaven that was put out by Atlantic. And what this basically is you get the 45 of Stairway to Heaven, and the opens up, and inside is a pop-up of a Zeppelin and the lights, and it's kind of cool. That's actually very cool. But I bought it as part of another collection. It was 2 albums, one sealed album in this. The Roxy Music album was one that was, let's try that again in English, shall we? The Roxy Music album was one, and this was the other of the records that was sealed. So, again, never really opened it, only because I saw no reason to. I have Stairway to Heaven. I'm not going to pop the 45 open, so, and I don't really have any place to display it, although I might put it up here. What do you think? That might be a bad idea. All right, open it up, maybe tack it down, and just have the Zeppelin display. I might give that some consideration. And now on to the albums. Lionel Hampton, Half Speed Mastered. This was Time Life Records. Picked it up off eBay because they weren't giving it away, but they were close to giving it away. The albums are really very, very good as far as playability and sound is concerned, and the condition is spotless. I mean, honestly, when I put them on, if they had been played, they had only been played once, maybe twice, and they were very well taken care of. So, although I like Lionel Hampton, that smooth, easy listening jazz sound, so I was pleased to pick this up for the price that I paid. Picked up you can't tell because it's kind of beat up, but this is Stimulation, Johnny Hammond Smith. Now, the cover is, again, a little bit worse for wear, but as my good friend mentioned one day to me, you do not play the covers. So even though this is pretty split, it's fine because the record, which is original Prestige, is really in very, very good condition. So, cheers to you, Mr. Carlson. As you can tell, I took your advice and I didn't play the cover. Didn't even consider it. I just bought the thing. Moving on to Muddy Waters. And this is the original Hoochie Coochie Man. This is still in its shrink, and I'll probably peel it back a little bit and peel it off because it's kind of ratty. Although if the shrink is decent, I leave it on, but you can tell this one's been pretty banged up a little bit. This is on Clio Records. And I find it to be very, very strong in both cases. So that is also the album that came in, and these were all recent. Lionel, Muddy, and Johnny Hammond. So that's it for the week. I hope everyone's having a good time and a good week, and you're able to get out. I mean, if they kind of lifted the New York pause, although my area is still not so much, but you know what? I was able to get out today. I got a little fishing in. I went down on my, actually I've been fishing in the past 3 days, so it makes me happy. I was able to get down there and get to our local pond, and notice I said I've been fishing for the past 3 days. I did not say I've been catching, because I ain't caught nothing. Nonetheless, it's been pleasant enough just to get out and just go fish and just kind of relax and put everything else aside. So hopefully you'll be able to have a great week, and you've had a great week, and you're going to have even a better week coming up. So that's it. Please, as I said, leave me a comment, subscribe if you like my channel, and go check out DJ Kendo and Mr. Rick's records. And let me know if you like them and if it was worth your time. I think it will be. All right? Cheers.